And now it's time for the power of information. News,
Games,
gadgets,
tech.
It's the power of information. My name is Derek Alfonso, 866-5544-POI, and I'm here with none other than Stephen Mullen. What's going on, buddy?
Yo.
So, this is your place to talk about technology, all the technology that's around you all the time. We've got a bunch of news to go through, some cool tech picks, power tips, Gamers Corner, and interweb goldmine. We actually make it through it this week. Again, our website, powerofinformation.net, that's where you can check out our show notes, which is basically where we put the links to some of the stuff we talk about and give you more information that we didn't cover completely on the show because, we don't always have enough time. And
Adds a lot of 43 minutes to stuff in a lot of stuff, man.
yeah, we really do push getting everything in the show that we possibly can. Also, to those people that tried to tune in this past week and watch us, I'm sorry. We recorded it so that you could watch it online, and I'm posting it on the website. But Ustream was having some technical problems. They're putting this new deal online that's going to let us do some cool stuff. And Steven's watching himself in the video monitor.
I'm doing happy hands, man.
I'm
just excited to be here.
You need to stop right now. You're breaching my trust because you're too close to me. Speaking of breaching trust, see, that was a segue.
God, that's horrible.
Yeah,
horrible, man.
Yeah, it was rough. Okay, so speaking of breaching trust, the Chinese government...
Breach trust like our mama.
So apparently the Chinese government has been using a security flub. I didn't know that was a real word. A security
Probably
flub
not.
in Skype, it's not a real word, to monitor Chinese people's conversations.
Yeah. Gee, what a surprise. China's monitoring telephone activity on the internet.
Well, when we went to Beijing...
Never would have thought that.
Yeah, right. When we went to Beijing for the Olympics, that was a big that was a big deal, having the internet unlocked for our press and all that stuff. So it's not really a surprising thing.
Didn't they put up a separate network and everything so that American journalists could connect and be unlocked, but nobody else could?
Yes, basically. Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was nice of them.
So they captured messages containing specific keywords. They captured chats, all sorts of stuff. But basically, if you talk about unapproved topics on Skype, you might be flagged for further monitoring of everything you say. And so,
but the craziest part of that whole thing is they put it on unsecured servers, all the logs. So anybody could go in and read, and they had account information, They had IP addresses, they had just about everything you could want for a hacker. It'd just be easy pickings. They'd be like, oh yeah.
But no credit card numbers or anything like that. But yes, it was definitely user identifiable information. Skype had messed up, and it wasn't Skype.
But they had the encryption key on there too, for the whole Skype network.
But it was Skype's partner, wasn't it, that messed it up? Tom Networks, which is their partner in China.
Yeah. So Skype was aiding and abetting is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's not nice.
No, not really. Moving on, iTunes threatens closure if royalties increase. The music industry, they
tried to put a 6-cent more tax on the iTunes. They wanted basically you to pay $1.05 for your music.
Right, and or they wanted Apple to absorb the cost. Because Apple said, look, we're doing 99-cent songs, and that's all there is to it. And so they said, well, if you buy it online, we're going to tax you more. Just like they tried to do to internet radio.
Yeah.
Okay? And they did. They succeeded. On internet radio, there's a special royalties program. But the thing
Didn't they get that pushed back?
They did. They did get it pushed back, but it's
finally.
But it's now sort of in place, kinda. It just depends. I think that Apple did a fantastic thing. Apple said, "Hey, look, that's fine. We just won't sell any of the songs over 99 cents. So we're not going to sell anything."
Yeah, they just said, "We're going to shut down our store. If you push this on us, no, we'll just shut down our store. Don't worry about it."
And they said, "Whoa, okay, well, never mind."
Because you know how many songs iTunes pushes through per quarter?
No.
2.5 billion songs. That's the estimation, at least. It could be more. It could be a little bit less.
So that's how many they sell?
Yeah.
So that's $2.5 billion, basically?
Yeah.
God dang, man.
That's why when Apple said, no, we'll just close down our store. No, have a nice day. They're like, ooh, wait a second here. Wait a second. Okay, maybe we'll just keep the price at 99 cents. Good thing, huh?
Yeah. So now, if they close down their store, wouldn't they be like losing revenue of like?
Well, here's the breakdown. Apple currently pays artists and labels an estimated 65 to 70 cents per song, 9 cents of which they currently pass on to publishers. According to Apple, the 66% increase in publishing royalties to 15 cents per song required by the National Association of Music Publishers, NMPA, is too much for the company to bear. So basically, they're already paying them 9 cents. So now the publishers, not even the artists.
Okay, now let's break it down so that I understand it. Okay, out of 99 cents, where does the 99 cents go? Okay, so I pay 99 cents per song.
65 to 70 cents per song go to the artists and labels.
Okay, so that leaves 29 cents.
Right, 9 cents of which they currently pass on to publishers.
Okay, and that leaves 20 cents.
Yeah.
And that's what Apple makes.
Yeah.
Is about 20 cents. Yeah. Okay.
But they wanted to go up to 15 cents to the publishers.
Okay, gotcha.
That's where the 6 cents comes from.
So they still make millions of dollars on that 20. Man, but it's all about volume.
Yeah,
it's all about volume.
And Apple was like, no, that's all right. We'll just shut down our whole store. We'll forego the billions of dollars.
Well, what that would have done is that would have essentially cut Apple's profits by 25%.
Yeah.
Because if they have 20 cents that they make per song, then if you take 5 cents away, that cuts their profits by 25%.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Isn't that unbelievable? 5 cents cuts their profit by 25%.
But it's 5 cents over a whole bunch.
Right, of course. but
multiplicative.
But that's how, I mean.
That's how you should look at it. I agree.
It's 99 cents minus the 70 cents that goes to the artists and the whatever, the people that make the artists do their thing, that promote the artists, the promoters and all that. And then another 9 cents to who?
The publishers.
The publishers, the people who put it in the stores, who actually get that DVD or CD.
The people who
or
are
whatever.
no longer going to be needed anymore, really, because, we're going towards a download-only market.
Right, but the publishers get it onto iTunes, just the same.
Okay, but the labels and artists couldn't do it?
Well, no, not
the way it's written currently.
Not the way it's written currently. And they're also responsible for merchandising it, because I may want to download it, but what if I want to go get a T-shirt DVD combo from Walmart? Right? They're responsible for that sort of merchandising. Or what I've seen a lot of lately is where I buy a CD or I buy whatever, in the store. I buy the physical media, and it also lets me download from the web for an additional fee, minor fee, some of the tracks that they didn't decide to release that may hit the cutting room floor. And that's really cool. If I'm really into a band, I may want that.
Yeah, 9 cents worth, though. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. I find the next piece of news we're going to talk about even more interesting, since we're talking about 99 cents per download.
Well, you said that what they're paying to the artists is about 60
artists and labels.
Artist and label, about 60 to 70 cents per song.
So the artists are probably going to get about 10 cents per song, really. The labels are going to take the lion's share.
Well,
depending on their contracts.
Well, it just depends on their contract and how much they're promoting them. Mariah Carey, for instance, is going to make a lot more than
Joe Blow Schmo.
Than Joe Blow Schmo that needs a lot more promotion. But speaking of which, you've got so we're paying the artist and the label between 60 and 70 cents per song.
Yep.
Well, Sony is going to get in the download game. They're making da-da.net, like da-da-da-da-da, where you hum to yourself.
Yeah,
they've
that's
made this
stretch.
No, well that's their concept. DADA.net.
I I see like mama and dada.
Well, it's not dada. They're talking about da-da-da-da-da, like the music.
La-di-da-da.
Seriously. And
I want to register la-di-da.net.
So what they're going to do is they're going to sell songs for 66 cents a song instead of 99 cents.
You're like a bulldog, man. You just won't let go of it.
No, I won't.
All right, go on. Yeah, 66, but there's a catch, okay?
The catch is you have to pay $10 a month. Minimum,
regardless,
right?
Yeah. So if you're buying more than 15 songs, if you're buying 15 songs a month, this might be worth it for you. If you're not, it's going to cost you more.
Yeah, basically you have to buy just over 15 songs, right?
Right.
Because 10 cents.
Yeah, I think the plan says 15 songs at $10.
Okay.
So you have to buy 15 songs. If you buy less, you're going to be paying the $10 regardless.
And as you go over, it's just 66 plus tax more per song.
Right.
Okay. And of course, tax on 66 cents where we are, we pay 8.25% tax.
See, I do a subscription plan. Do they actually make you pay tax on the 99 cents?
It really depends. It depends on where you're physically located and whether they have a physical store and all sorts of other tax rules.
That's like totally sucky. It's the internet.
Well, it's like Netflix, right? Netflix, you do pay tax, and the reason you pay tax in Netflix is because they have to have physical locations to do the shipping in basically every state.
Oh, okay.
So just like Blockbuster, they have brick and mortar in every state. Where Amazon.com, you'll find you don't pay tax to Amazon.com in most states, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Yeah, hopefully that continues to be
So
the
do
case.
I have to pay, if I go to Amazon.com to download music, do I pay for tax?
You know, that's a good question. I actually don't know the answer to that.
We'll have to find out and tell y'all next week.
Well, I'll find out while we're doing the show. You can move on and give us the next news item.
All right, well, we've been talking about this Cloud OS thing where you basically put your whole operating system and applications out there on the internet, and it's in this cloud, this place you don't know where it's at physically. You're just going to go use it.
Well, like Google Docs is cloud computing.
It's cloud computing.
And we know that it's on Google servers. We just don't know
where
Google servers are physically
we don't own
located.
the server itself. Anyways, Microsoft's looking to get into the game. Ballmer, he announced that they're going to be going on a separate, basically, tangent of Windows 7. They're going to make a new OS called Microsoft Cloud. They don't know that that's just a working name. It's probably not going to be named that, but basically, they're trying to compete with the Googles and stuff out there. I thought it was kind of cool.
Well, they've already got a place where you can, what is it? They've got a place.
The
what's it
FileNet,
called?
whatever they use.
No, what's the cloud computing from Microsoft called? It's
Hash or
Mesh.
There
yeah,
you go.
It's already out there.
Yeah, so they're already experimenting with it. We'll talk a little bit more about it after we get back.
Cool. We'll be back after this. 866-5544-POI. Powerofinformation.net is the website. We'll be right back. Check out our website while we're in a break. It's a good idea. And there's a video there. It's fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the Power of Information. Hey, you can go on our website, powerofinformation.net. Use Power search our past episodes. Listen online at powerofinformation.net. Or you can call us at 866-5544-POI. Even when we're not on the air, leave us some whack messages. We'll play it on the air.
Yep, absolutely.
I haven't heard any whack messages yet. People are like being not fun. I want to hear like some crackhead. I want to hear some crazy stuff on the phone, and we'll put it on the show.
Okay.
Something fun. You got to give something. It doesn't have to be tech-oriented. I just want to hear something whack. Then once we get the whack, we'll start dialing it back, and we'll get the techie stuff. Anyways, we're going to talk a little bit more. We talked about Microsoft Cloud OS before the break, and as a follow-up, they're talking about is like using. They're not saying they're bringing the whole Microsoft Office to the Cloud OS. Basically, not the full one. They'll do like a Microsoft Office Lite, so it's kind of like a Google Docs and spreadsheets on this Microsoft Cloud OS.
I think they're really just going from what they've seen
Google do.
I mean, they're just like, okay.
Right. If it works.
And Google doesn't have the only one out there. Another perfect example would be Adobe. They've got a fantastic one. And
how come we haven't heard anything of that one?
Oh, I've talked about it before. If you go to, I think it's Photoshop.com, or Photoshop.com I know is one of them. They've got a whole suite of stuff that you can play with that's their online web apps. And
right, but it's not like it's not like Google Docs.
Yeah, they actually have a document creator. We talked about it on a couple shows back.
Oh, you're right, we did.
Yeah,
I remember now.
And I'm trying to remember. I can't.
And does it output it to PDF when you're done and stuff like that?
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah. I remember us talking about it.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it's called. It's really
but
cool.
The point is that everybody's going to it, so Microsoft's trying to get with the times and look cool and hip. But Microsoft's always done that. They've always seen which way the market's going to go, and then they've just emulated. And because they have the major market share, they've been able to be successful at it.
Yeah, and good for them. More
nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Apple and AT&T closer to getting served with an antitrust lawsuit because of the iPhone. Why?
Well, basically, they're being accused of deliberately engineering iPhone 1.1.1 and other updates to break modified firmware and discourage some users from using apps that they might want to use on the store. They're also accusing AT&T of being in collusion with Apple because it's the only place that you can get an iPhone and actually have it without giving. If you break your contract, you have to pay like $499 on top of like the $5.99 to get it off their service. So only place you can get is AT&T. So they're basically suing them in a class action lawsuit saying that this is wrong and improper, and Apple had to try to get it dismissed, and it wasn't dismissed. The judge says, no, there's some merits here about your business model and not being appropriate. We're going to hear what he has to say. Not saying that they're going to be successful, but the judge at least wants to hear it in court. He thinks it has enough merit to put it in front of the bench.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, most people want an iPhone. They just think AT&T's service is just craptacular. So they don't want to go with AT&T.
I would have had an iPhone by now had AT&T not been the only option.
Or, for example, maybe I don't want a data plan, but you have to get the data plan. You have to spend $99 a month to have to have the privilege of having an iPhone, even if you don't use the data plan that much. That's crazy.
That is.
So that's what they're up in arms about, and there's actually a lawsuit about it, a class action lawsuit stating that Apple and AT&T are in conclusion over this thing. They're talking about the contracts, arbitration, specifically. Remember we were talking about a little bit about Washington State? Well, they're using Washington State as another bootstrap to try to get this in the courts. And the U.S. court is actually going to listen to it.
Yep. By the way, to update you, it does not cost any sales tax when you buy a song. Because I just bought one, and it was 99 cents with no sales tax.
Would you buy We All Live in a Yellow Submarine by the Beatles?
I actually downloaded the explicit version of Porn Star by T.I. But hey, whatever. It was right on the front page. And you
took one for the cause and you paid 99 cents for the show?
Well, what I didn't realize is that it didn't show me the total until after I had already done it, and I didn't have to enter my credit card or anything because I've got an Amazon account.
Oops.
So it just did it.
Like, look, we got you.
I think that I had one click turned on. Let's see. Yep, it looks like one click.
Oops.
Yeah, let's see. Mobile. Well, no, actually, one click ordering is turned off. Mobile one click ordering is turned on. I'm gonna turn mobile one off anyway.
So you just paid 99 cents to bring us that fascinating piece
there you go.
Information.
I saved you guys 99 cents. I'll be right back after this. Powerofinformation.net is the website. 866-5544-POI is the telephone number. Leave Steven some wild and crazy messages. He wants to hear from you. We'll be right back after this on the Power of Information. America First Radio Network, AMFirstRadio.com, and GCNLive.com.
The chills that you spill up my back leave me filled with satisfaction when we're done. Satisfaction of what's to come. I couldn't dance for another.
I couldn't dance. Oh, I guess we're back. Anyway.
God, that was horrible, man.
Hey, you do it all the time.
Beautimous.
You do it all the time.
I was doing it silently, though. I only wanted to pervade people's eyeballs.
Dance for another. Was that pretty good?
God.
Hey,
that's pretty good.
National radio, bring it on.
Now all you need is a blonde wig and to be perfect.
That's not going to happen. Not even
and a pair of high heels.
Not even for Halloween. You can't make me.
I bet if your wife gave you the Google eyes, you would so do it.
For her privately in the bedroom, almost anything.
She said, "But honey, do it
on the radio show." I'd be like, "Honey, come on the radio show with me."
And that's not happening. So
exactly.
I'm going to convince her. Okay, if we get her on the radio show, you got to wear a blonde wig.
I'll wear a blonde wig for the whole radio show.
If we can get her on the radio, okay,
sure,
it's a deal. I'll work on it.
But you got to get her on the whole show. I'm only going to wear it while she's on camera with us. That's my stipulation. 866-5544-POI. That's where you ask your questions or leave Steven your silly messages. He digs them. He digs them.
I do.
I know you have to wait for a long time to leave a message, but listen to the instructions. Leave a message with your name and your callback number, as well as your message.
People have ADD, man. If your message is like 20 seconds long before they can actually leave a message,
they actually have to listen to two of them when you call when the show's not live. Like if they call right now, they would only have to listen to one, but during the normal.
No wonder
deal.
we don't get any messages. Good grief.
We get a few. You know, I will cut it down a little bit for you guys. We'll reduce it.
Gee, you're magnanimous.
Get you in the queue, Fester. Does anybody know what that means? Okay, moving on. So Nintendo is coming out with a new dual screen. Currently, okay, so when Nintendo first came out with the DS, it was called the Nintendo DS. It was nice and thick. It was a dual screen deal, and it was cool, but it was thick and then they came out with the DS Lite, which
was considerably thinner
and had a backlight,
and that actually worked.
That worked, and it was much better.
Pretty.
Well, now Nintendo is coming out with the DSi, which is going to be even thinner.
Yeah.
And it actually forgoes the slot, the little game cartridge slot on the back.
So if you want to play your, I don't know what it's called, Guitar Hero on tour,
you
can't do that anymore.
Where you have to plug in the extra little thingy.
Have a nice day.
You can't do it on the DSi.
No.
Now,
not at all.
Now, not currently. However, I'm wondering are they going to make some sort of adapter that goes, because it does have a CF card slot,
an SD slot,
SD,
not a CF slot, SD
slot. Are they going to make a little adapter that goes in there, or
I
maybe
bet you it's a micro SD slot? So how are they going to make adapter small enough to go on there for the? Anyways, who knows? I don't know. I mean, they like to screw over the third-party vendors all day long, so maybe this is going to stand pat.
Well, we'll see. A couple new things. It's got a camera on it, but not
two
one.
Two cameras.
Two cameras.
One's 0.3 megapixels, the internal one, VGA quality. The other one's 3 megapixels, and it's on the outside.
So the outside one is basically just like your camera phone. It's for taking pictures using your DSi.
Decent pictures, 3 megapixels, man.
Yeah, good pictures. Not great. It's not a replacement for your digital camera, but it will work. And the internal camera is basically, think video chatting. It's to have you on camera and broadcast that picture. It's not really high resolution camera.
Or you can play. They're talking about playing games with the camera and stuff like that,
all
just
sorts
like
of good stuff.
the iToy.
Yeah, but the iToy, which is for PS3,
it's way better.
Or PS2
for pixels,
has much higher resolution and higher frame rate.
Yeah, but this one's gonna be a lot closer to you, so you won't need that big of
True.
resolution.
It also has, that was really good on the cough there.
Sorry.
It also has bigger screens. It's going to have 3.25-inch diagonal screens, which is a noticeable increase.
Yeah, but it's the same resolution.
Yeah, so what they've done is they basically made the dot pitch, bigger. Which is so it's lower resolution because they've spread out the same number of pixels over a larger area. Think standard definition television on a 13-inch screen versus standard definition television on a 50-inch screen. It's the same TV, but it's blurrier. In this case, it's only 0.25 inches bigger, so you're not going to notice that much.
On the horizontal.
What you will notice for sure is you will notice decreased battery life because it's going to use your batteries faster because it's a bigger screen.
Plus the 2 cameras, plus the SD slot, plus it has internal flash memory.
Now, that's one of the nice things. The internal flash memory is for use in storing titles from the new DSi shop where you're going to be able to shop online.
Yeah, the WiiWare now turns into a NintendoWare, and you'll be able to use DS, and you'll be able to download to your Wii.
It should be. There's some potential for lots of interesting titles and a backlog of older games from earlier systems.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. It's not coming to America till late 2009.
That sucks.
That's just wrong. And they're saying that this is a separate SKU from the DS Lite.
Okay. Well,
so
of course it's a separate SKU. So they're going to leave the DS Lite on the shelves.
They're going to leave the DS Lite on the shelves, and they're also going to put the DSi out there. But what that does is it basically cuts the developers in half.
But they're going to have to educate the consumer.
But it cuts the developers in half, and the user experience is different for each one.
So can you not develop for the DS Lite and it also work on the DSi?
You can, but you can't use the DSi features.
Of course not.
So it's going to be scope creep.
Okay. Will it play MP3s? Well, that's one of the purposes of that SD slot. The DSi is also going to act as a music device. Now,
no, it won't play MP3s though. Only AAC.
Yeah, it's not an MP3 player. It is not. It will play AAC, and supposedly AAC files are described as having superior sound quality, and they technically have the capability to have superior sound quality.
Whatever.
But you're not going to notice the real difference, and just like a Sansa or a Zune versus an iPod, it doesn't have the same feel as a music player. It's also not going to have the same battery life as a music player. So you're not really going to be replacing your iPod with it, but it's going to have some weird and interesting functionality that you might get a kick out of, like speed and pitch control. so you can chipmunk your songs or slow them down to Mr. T. So,
Yo.
let me sit right back and I'll tell you a story.
All right. Anyways.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
All right. So it does have some backwards compatibility, but things like Guitar Hero, not going to happen. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Sad day.
So is this something that you would or wouldn't get?
That I would or wouldn't get?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't get
$180, by the way.
No, I wouldn't get it. I'd get a PSP before I'd get that.
Yeah, man.
PSPs are unlocked.
PSPs are cool. How much are they now?
They're like $149 or $159 or something like that.
PSP is? Really?
I think so.
Man, they're so cool because you can get movies for the PSP
Dude,
and play them back.
You can get like ROMs and all sorts of fun stuff with them that you already own, but that you just back up.
Well, one of the coolest things about the PSP that I totally dig is it's got a remote play mode if you own a PS3. And you can actually, if your PS3 is online and your PSP, you've got it with you and it's connected to Wi-Fi, connect to your home PS3 and play your videos and your MP3s from your home PS3.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Just cool as heck.
And it's unlocked, and you put all sorts of crazy stuff on there that you want to, whereas, Nintendo's going to be a lot more crazy, like draconian on what will be allowed on their system or not.
For sure.
And you can execute stuff off their SD slot versus you won't be able to off the Nintendo, blah, 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 whatever.
Well, so, somebody's going to figure out how to hack the DSi, just they've done the DS Lite.
Homebrew.
But Homebrew is one of the things that Sony has, over the years, notably allowed people to go with. I mean, the PS3...
Well, there's Homebrew on the Wii, too.
Well, yeah,
we talked about that.
But Nintendo keeps trying to patch to make it go away.
Yeah.
Sony, on the other hand, on the PS3, they have an option in the menu to install Linux. I mean...
That's like Homebrew from hell.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, please Homebrew us. Thank you. Anyway, so...
you were talking about this one earlier.
Okay.
Why don't you go over this? This is hilarious.
Okay. So you get home one night after a trip to the bar, and you decide that the first
Of course,
thing...
Derek's never, ever done this before.
Yeah, of course.
Never.
So the first thing I want to do when I get home is, of course, check my email and make sure that I reply.
Send me all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, so I go in there and I find all the people I haven't talked to in lots of years and definitely send them emails.
What's up?
Okay. And now we're being sued by Budweiser.
How
Okay.
you doing?
Ribbit. Anyway, so...
Woo!
Moving back. So Google has figured out a way to help those people who drunk mail. You've heard of drunk dialing, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, hey, okay.
Dude, awesome.
But what if you drunk email? Now,
Drunk email.
this is great. It's called Google's Mail Goggles. Mail goggles. Okay, so check this out. When you go into your Gmail and you try to send a message after a certain time at night, right? It asks you about 5 really simple math questions, like what's 11 times 2, 2 times 5, stuff like that. And as long as you can answer all those questions
Within 43 seconds,
you can send your email.
First of all, who has the coordination when they're drunk to be able to click 3 times to bring up a stupid email message and click 5 times to send it? God.
So
a little bit overkill.
Anyway, so it's a useful new Gmail feature. Anyway,
unuseful.
You can enable it if you want to.
Can I enable it for my
that
text message?
That was my question is, why haven't they released this for your cell phone? Has anybody
drunk text
call in and tell us if you've ever had a drunk text experience?
Woo!
And if this would help you. I think text goggles would be nice.
I love you.
Yeah, of course now we're going to need it for our voice. Have you ever been on the phone and you're drowsing and you forget who you're talking to and
Mom, how you doing? I'm not your mom, I'm your girlfriend.
Yeah,
oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
Exactly.
That's funny stuff, man. Funny stuff.
As for drunk dialing and texting, you're on your own.
All right, so the next one we're going to talk about a solar-powered flashlight.
Yeah,
It's not what you think.
This is cool. And you buy one, give one to charity, and it gives you about 5 hours of light.
That's at its maximum. It has like 8 different settings. You can give up to 11 hours of light on it.
Really?
At its minimum setting. And it has a room light, so it'll light the whole room, or it's a focus light.
So basically, this is an LED flashlight, and it's really affordable. I mean, these things cost about $50, right?
Yeah, $64.95 with tax, because I bought one.
Oh, cool. So do you have it yet or no?
Yeah, I do have it.
So tell us about it.
Well, I thought it was really cool. It's very strong and hefty. I was very surprised how hefty it was. The way it's built is, first of all, it's waterproof. So you drop it in the water and quickly grab it. It probably won't die on you.
Well, if it's waterproof, then it won't die on you. If it's water resistant, then it probably won't.
Each of the lithium ion batteries are in their separate cell.
That's cool.
So they're all kind of like, and in the cells, the way
and
that
they're not user replaceable, I assume.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're NICDs, so you just get another NICD battery and slap it in, and you keep going.
Okay.
And it's very strong. The way that the cells are made, it actually reinforces the structure on it. I was very impressed. And the solar panels are slick and very strong, so when you click on it, it doesn't feel like it's going to break like a calculator. And the whole side is one big solar panel.
So $64.99 buys one or two?
It buys you one, and then one gets sent to charity.
Okay, so it's really about $30-something. So you're really buying two.
Yeah, you really are buying two, but you're sending one to somebody who might need it.
Cool. Now, the one that you're sending, is that a tax-deductible thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's just something nice to do. And you know what? For me, going through a hurricane and not having a room illuminator like I needed, this would have been perfect.
Man, that's really cool. So
you just put it out in the sun the next day, and then the next night you get to use it. It's like 750 to 1,000 on the batteries that they send you. 750 to 1,000 hours of illumination with it.
Yeah, so it's bogolight.com. BOGOLIGHT.
And I had to actually buy one. They're not paying us anything. I just thought this was a neat concept, a chance for you to have light in your house just in case something goes wrong, and a chance to give to somebody else.
So you got the SL2, right? Which is
I got the higher one.
Buy one, give one.
Yeah, I got the higher one, the $49 one.
So what's the difference between the $39 and $49 one?
I don't know, to be honest. I just bought the higher one because I thought it might be better.
Well, you're probably right. It looks a little bit sturdier and has some other coolness.
Maybe.
To it.
I just paid the $10 extra without reading.
Very, very, very nice.
I'm their kind of consumer, man.
So where did you see this, or where did you stumble across this?
I don't know. I aggregate news. That's my fetish. I found it in my news.
Okay.
Somewhere. I think it was on Dig somewhere.
This is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. You don't get to pick your charity anymore. They just send it to whatever charity might need it. It sounded like you got to pick your charity before, but you don't now. They just send it to whoever might need it. And you got to trust them to do it. But, for $64.95, I don't even have to worry about them giving away. It was worth it to me to have a light illumination in my house. That was solar powered.
Okay. Yeah, and it actually has, these things have like smart circuit boards in them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all sorts of cool stuff.
Very, very well made. The only thing that was kind of cheap, sorry, that was my Spanish coming out, was the clip. The clip felt kind of flimsy on the back, but it does have a clip, like a C-clip, that you can clip it to a rope, and it could just hang there in the middle of your room.
Interesting.
And give illumination to your whole room. Good stuff.
Very, very cool.
Technology at work.
Well, I like the buy one give one deal. It's kind of like the laptop deal. What was that? The XO laptop or whatever.
Right.
Where you buy for $400 you buy a laptop
and they give one away.
They give one away, so they're really $200
like
laptops.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
We were talking about Gmail earlier, and Gmail's having goggles to help you not accidentally send the wrong emails. Well, what if your Gmail's being hacked? Gmail recently put a new feature onto their website, which is really cool. It lets you see if anybody else is playing with your Gmail. It's called Activity Monitor, and you may have noticed it. I don't know if you use Gmail. Do you use Gmail?
Yeah, I use Gmail.
Okay. Well, if you've been playing with Gmail, if you look on the bottom, right at where they do their normal stuff, if you scroll down, it says you're currently using blah, blah, blah of 27%. And then right under that, it says last account activity
17 minutes ago
on this computer.
I've seen that before.
And if somebody logs in from another computer or you log in from another computer, it says X minutes ago from, and it shows you the IP address of the computer that logged in.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty cool, so that you can see any other people that
and there's
are
a details button
currently
I've never ever used.
Yeah, and if you click the details, that's what they're talking about. It shows how it was accessed, whether it came in through a browser, mobile, POP3, whatever. So you can see where your Gmail account was accessed
Where it's
from.
being hacked from?
Yep,
Yeah.
what the IP address is and what in date and time. So it's kind of cool. And you also have a button where you can sign out all the other sessions.
Screw you. Beep.
Yeah, it's like, pew.
Boom.
Shut them down. So anyway, it's the
Does
first...
it have a button where I could call the police on them?
No.
Oh, dang it.
But, we talked on the last show about how some guy found his own laptop by logging into it. So it's, it's not that
So
far.
you don't even need that now. You just check your Google Mail and maybe you'll find your hacker.
You might.
You might.
Zune 3.0 new features. So Steven is the big Zune guy.
Oh, I love my Zune.
And he last week was like, blah, 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 Zune 3.0, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you about it next week. So I'm like, okay.
What are you talking about? I was talking about it. Like, we need to talk about it on the radio on this. I was like, okay.
Tell us about it.
Well, when we come back from the thing, I'll talk about channels, I'll talk about the games, and I'll talk about the Marketplace Live.
Yeah, we'll also talk about game releases in October and the interweb gold
Good
mine.
stuff.
866-5544-POI.
Sexy back, yeah. The mother boys don't know how to act, yeah. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Power of Information, 866-5544-POI.
You ready?
866-5544-764 or powerofinformation.net on the America First Radio Network and Genesis Radio Network. My name is Derek Alfonso. I'm here with none other than the Stephen Mullen Unit. What's going on?
The Stephen Mullen unit. I'm now a unit. A unit of measure. If you don't measure up to me, you aren't good.
Well, since you're the tool on the stool, you're definitely taller. You have to see the video to know what we're talking about. Unfortunately, video's not working today live, so if you're watching the video, you must be watching a recorded copy because we're recording it for you, but we couldn't get it broadcasting today because Ustream is upgrading some stuff. They're going to let us broadcast using this new fancy software.
Schmancy.
Yeah, it's going to be neat. Zune 3.0 new features. Hit us up with them real quick. Channels,
All right.
games, and the Marketplace Direct.
Well, first of all, games is for anybody. They basically put 2 new games on there, Hexic and Texas Hold'em, in yours. So basically, you can play games now on your Zune. I've actually been playing both. I like it a lot. Channels are kind of like satellite radio, where you download a whole list of songs as long as you have the Zune subscription where you can download any of their music, and then after the week they just move it off your hard drive and they bring on another 20-30 songs. You can basically
do they
subscribe
pick
to
the
all
songs?
Yeah, they just pick the songs.
Okay.
Like you, but you pick like the genres, like top rock, top whatever, top download, whatever, and then it comes to you, and basically you just, it's like a new smorgasbord and you just click on it, add to collection when you want it, and it will actually put it on your collection and won't throw it off your hard drive.
Cool.
I love it.
And
Absolutely love the channels.
And Marketplace Direct.
And Marketplace Direct, I can actually get on my Zune and I can go to the Marketplace and buy songs from my Zune just hooking up to a wireless network. I no longer have to be connected to my computer.
Man, that's good. That's finally we're there. Okay, quick October game releases.
Some big freaking games.
Yeah, forget your wallet this month, man. Full speed ahead. It's Christmas time, and they're making it known. Little Big Planet is coming out October 21st.
Yeah, that's the one where you'll be able to build levels and stuff like that. Fable 2 also being released,
Also
which is
on
a big
October
one.
21st.
Dead Space. Dead Space is a big first-person shooter. You're going to love that. Rock Band 2.
Woohoo! October 20th. And October 21st, Far Cry 2. October 21st,
Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
and BioShock on the PS3 is
PS3.
coming out October 21st. We've been waiting for that for a while. October 26th.
Guitar Heroes World Tour, the basically the people who are competing with Rock Band.
And then I just went to go check out Gina Carano at Elite XC this past weekend.
Sexy.
Red Alert 3, which has Gina Carano in it, as well as other mixed martial arts fighters.
And the one that I've been waiting for a couple of years now, I'm actually playing Fallout 2 right now to get prepared. Fallout 3.
Yep, and both of those come out October 28th. And this week we're finally going to get to it. It's the interweb gold mine.
All right, well, be careful what you talk about and who you smack talk on the forums, because you could get killed.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a murder link to Advanced Wars forum. Advanced Wars is a DS game. A lot of people play it. Well, apparently a 20-year-old man who was running the forums was found stabbed to death by apparently somebody who was on the forums and interacting with him. it's still pretty sketchy what's going on, but this was ran by the BBC, so it's pretty credible.
It's unbelievable that they were able to actually link that, that the cops are figuring out how to link this.
It's social. When you get social, you get angry people.
That's just silly. And what's crazy is the game is rated E for everyone. It is.
Well, it was E, all right.
Yeah, E like hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one was Stormtrooper hoodie. You want your cool hoodie to go with you? Well, you can look like a Stormtrooper with this hoodie. We have the link in our show notes. You'll love it.
So how much is the hoodie?
I think it's like $59.95 or something like that.
Nice.
I didn't even look at it. It's priceless. It's priceless. Look like a Stormtrooper.
Yeah. For everything else, there's the Power of Information right here on the America First Radio Network. Powerofinformation.net is the website. And if you want to see some really interesting creative bus stop advertisements, those are in the interweb gold mine as well at the bottom of the show notes. You can only check those out at powerofinformation.net. It's like extra content to go with your radio show. So definitely tune in every single week right here on this station. Listen to Steven and I chat about all the good stuff in technology. Check out our website, powerofinformation.net, and call us toll-free with your questions, comments, and, of course, your weird messages.
Of course.
At 866-5544-POI. That telephone number is 866-554-4764. We'll catch you next week right here.
See ya.